You're now live. All right, now, in the election of 1860, all right, in the election of 1860, why did Lincoln win? In the election of 1860, okay?
Because he was the only candidate in his party, and the other two were the votes were split. And he had
Who was split?
the Democrats.
Okay, good. That the Democrats were split, okay? Mainly, the biggest thing to remember about the Republican Party was the Republican Party against slavery?
No.
No, the Republican Party was against what? Great. Okay, good. They were against the expansion of slavery. Okay? So in other words, they said that the South could do what? The South could do... Huh?
Couldn't hold this line.
Raise your hand. Brad.
Within their borders.
Okay. That the southern states could keep slavery within their borders. One thing to keep in mind, why did he say that? It had to do with location. What was located surrounded by slave states? No. Trey? No. Hey. Remember, Washington, D.C. was surrounded by slave states. Okay? So that was one of the reasons he said it. Okay? So, Lincoln wins. All right? But how did the South view Lincoln's victory? How did the South view Lincoln's victory? Macy?
As a threat.
Okay, good. They saw it as a threat to the Southern way of life. All right, everybody got that?
No, can we start over? Yep. Come in, nerd.
That's being done. You know, of course, that's going on YouTube.
Yes.
What? I'm already on YouTube.
All right, everybody have it now?
No. It's 5.
Yeah, I'm more green. I hate that you said
No.
U.S. They're like.
All right, now, so, which state was the first to leave? Which state was the first to leave? Rob?
South Carolina.
Okay, good. South Carolina would be the first state to leave. All right. All right, now, well, he said that he wouldn't interfere, okay, that he re-stressed that he would not interfere with slavery existed. What did he say he was going to do? What did he say he was going to do? Well, he said that he would not interfere. No, he said he wasn't going to mess with it. Garrett? Okay, good. He promised to hold on to all federal property, okay? Remember, because that's what's going to be seen as causing the war. All right? Now, with the Civil War, one of the reasons, why is the Civil War so confusing? What's the biggest reason the Civil War is so confusing? Great. Okay. Okay, good. The South, many battles have two different names. The North, they named their battles after what? John? Okay, good. The North names their battles after bodies of water. The South named their battles after what? Right?
Settlements.
Okay, good. They name them after settlements, okay? Now, we're going to skip for right now, because I've got it as the last slide. So for right now, we're going to skip the advantages and disadvantages. So go down to the strategy of the battle plan, okay? And then when we get to that slide, we'll do advantages and disadvantages. All right? So, what was the South's battle plan? What was the South's battle plan, Gary? Okay, good. Outlast the North. Okay? Whereas, what was the North's battle plan? Brad?
Capture the Mississippi River, blockade the ports,
And?
separate the western.
Okay, good. Capture the Mississippi River, blockade the southern ports, and split the Confederacy. Everybody got that? So, all right. Now, yes,
Can I take this over while you go fix the DL thing? Or do you have any idea what?
turn it on, turn it off. Try that, okay. Where was at the start of the war, where was the North successful? Macy?
West.
Okay, good. The North of the Union was successful in the West, whereas the South was successful where? Garrett?
East.
Okay, good. The South was successful in the East. All right. Now, with the major battles, what is seen as the start of the Civil War? John? Okay, good. The firing of Fort Sumter. What is significant about the first battle of Bull Run, or Manassas Junction? Garrett?
Here's the long bloody war.
Okay, it's going to show that it's a long, bloody war. Okay? What battle is seen as the turning point? Brittany?
Battle of Gettysburg.
Okay, good. The Battle of Gettysburg is seen as the turning point. Okay? And what is seen as the end of the war, even though it really wasn't? Okay?
We used to remember that.
Okay, actually you're not wrong. Some people said Appomattox, some other people pronounce it Appomattox. Okay? All right? But who is seen as the last casualty of the war? Who is seen as the last casualty of the war? Ethan? Okay, good. Because Lincoln was what? By? Okay, good. Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth. Okay. All right, everybody have it? Okay, so then if Lincoln's being assassinated, who takes over? Corbin? Okay, Andrew Johnson, all right? But what's the problem that some people see with Johnson? What's the problem, John? Okay, he's a Southerner. Okay, he's from the South. Now, what are the two biggest questions facing the North or facing the United States at the end of the Civil War? John? Jonathan?
What do you do with
Okay, and?
what do you do with
Okay, what to do with the free blacks and what to do with the South. Now, one of the things I'm not going to do, I'm not going to say true or false. One of the questions was what to do with 2 million freed blacks. The question would obviously be what? False, but I'm not going to play the numbers game, okay? If I had that, it would be one of the questions, true or false. One of the questions was what to do with the freed slaves, okay? That makes it what then?
Oh, sure.
True. What's a false truth? Okay? So usually I try not, with the numbers, I don't do that so much, okay? Now, Lincoln's Reconstruction Plan is going to be based on what? Lincoln's Reconstruction Plan is going to be based on what? John? Okay, good. The South never left the Union. So, because he was based on the South never left the Union, what do they have to do? Okay, or it was seen as very moderate, but what do they have to do? What do they have to do? Wake up, Rob. Corbin?
That they have the lunging oath of loyalty.
Okay, they had to swear an oath of loyalty. Garrett? Okay, if the voters swore an oath of loyalty, then the states can set up their own state government, okay? So don't worry about names. Okay. If they swore an oath, if enough people swore an oath of loyalty, then they can set up their own state governments. Everybody got it? Let's see. Okay. Whereas the Radical Republican Reconstruction Plan, which is about as bad as Mason saying dump truck, the Radical Republican Reconstruction Plan was based on what? Jonathan? Okay, it was designed to punish the South. First off, they want to prevent what? Corbin? Okay, they want to prevent former Confederate leaders to power. Who do they want to make the dominant party? Basically.
Republican.
Okay, good. They want to make the Republican Party the party in the South, and to do this, they're going to do what? Right? Yeah, but they're going to give what to the slaves, though? Make sure they freed them, but they're going to make sure they give what? Okay, the vote, or in this case, political equality. Okay? What? Even though the South lost the war, overall, what did the war do to the South? Right?
It destroyed the one of life.
Okay, one, it destroyed their way of life. It also did what? Gordon? Okay, it destroyed their economy. Okay, so much so, I mean, what's the biggest impact on their economy there is? Right?
The freeing slaves.
Okay, look, $3 billion worth of slaves being freed, okay? The catch, though, is that now, yeah, all the slaves are free, but when you set them free, what's that leave? No, not necessarily. You're right, less workers, but that could all boil down to one thing. Pardon? No, that's still there too. If they're not slaves, are they people?
Boy. No.
In other words, it left what undefined? Left what undefined? Brittany? Okay, good. It left the roles of the slaves undefined. Okay? So while the slaves' roles are undefined, how did it affect the whites? How did it affect the whites, Austin?
Destroying their lifetime.
Okay, good. It destroyed their lifestyle. Particularly which group? Particularly which group, right? Okay, good. That now the poor whites had to compete with the blacks for jobs. All right. Remember that class thing I was talking about? That no matter how low on the social scale you were as a white, you always saw yourself as being above somebody. And now all of a sudden the slaves are free, and they're either equal to you or higher than you. Hence, this gave rise to what group? The Ku Klux Klan. Okay? This gave rise to the Klan. Everybody got it? Okay? What was the purpose of the Freedmen's Bureau? What's the purpose of the Freedmen's Bureau? Connor? Okay? To help former slaves providing food, clothing, and shelter. What is your clue of what the Freedmen's Bureau is, who the Freedmen's Bureau is for? What is your clue? Right? The name, Freedmen's. Does this mean anybody could use it? No, because they're not freedmen, are they? Your clue is the Freedmen's Bureau. Okay? What amendment ended slavery? Jonathan? John 13. Okay? What were the black codes? Okay, but why did they pass the black codes? Why did they pass the black codes? Ethan? Okay, good. They were afraid the blacks wouldn't work. Labor supply, okay? You should know 2 black codes. Okay? You should know 2 black code laws. Alright? All right. What gave blacks citizenships and the right to vote? What amendment gave them? Corbin? 14. Okay. What gave them the right to vote?
Johnson.
Nope.
15.
The 15. Do not get those confused. 13, 14, 15. Do not get confused. All right. Everybody got it? Good. Good. It's all right. Let's see. All right. So now. Let's see. What was the main reason for Johnson's impeachment? Corbin? Okay, congressional anger of Johnson's plan and his vetoes, okay? So, to combat Johnson, or to rein in Johnson, Congress passed what? Bill? Okay, good. Congress passed the Tenure Office Act, okay? Tenure Office Act basically said what? Corbin?
That prohibit a president from giving cabinet ministers without Congress
Okay. In other words, he couldn't fire anybody without their approval, okay? In English, couldn't fire anybody without approval. What was Johnson's response to the Tenure Office Act? Austin? Okay, good. Johnson fired the Secretary of War. All right. Now, was Johnson impeached? Yes, Johnson was impeached. Okay. Was Johnson convicted? No. All right. He was spared conviction by one vote. All right. In reality, what was really on trial during Johnson's impeachment? In reality, what was really on trial under Johnson's impeachment? Okay, good. On trial was that they had to try to destroy the system of checks and balances by limiting the president's actions. Remember, it was really the Constitution that was on trial. Okay? Because Congress wanted to be more powerful than the president. Huh? Mine was like flashing lights.
Oh.
Everybody have this? This is why I said earlier that that was going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Okay. Now, did blacks dominate government? Southern governments?
No.
No. Very good. Okay. Southern governments were not dominated by blacks. Okay. Who were carpetbaggers? Who were carpetbaggers? Olivia? They came from where? Okay, good. Carpetbaggers were northerners who came south. What were scallywags? You scallywag, you. Corbin? Okay, Southern whites who supported Reconstruction government, okay? Southern whites blame the government for what? Southern whites blame the government for what? Right? Okay, good. Being corrupt. But, so, if they blame the Southern governments for being corrupt, they blamed who? Corbin? Okay, they blamed the blacks, okay? Thus, because they blamed the blacks, what started? Good, Ku Klux Klan. Okay. Nobody really knows. Some people say it's a longer acronym for something. Other people have said that it's the sound a hammer, those old guns, the hammer made as it was being cocked back. Nobody can really find a definite answer. Even who really started the Klan. Generally, General Beauregard, the person who fired the first shot at Fort Sumter, he is given credit for starting the Klan. But some people have also said the Klan started out as a social organization of former Confederate soldiers. And then when corruption, when people started, inferiority, in other words, people started coming in who started using the organization to go after the blacks. Whereas other people said it started out automatically as a racist deal. part of that is two-sided you believe in stuff and trying to separate fact from fiction. It's hard. Okay, does that make sense? It probably shouldn't because, yeah, it is confusing if knows what it means. All right, everybody got it? The biggest thing to remember, though, too, is the Klan tried to do what? Right? Yeah, they said they tried to keep blacks in their place by using what? Corbin? Yeah, terror weapon, okay? Because they would use terror as a weapon, they would torture and kill blacks. In other words, they want to hang, they want to hang on to the old days and stuff, and we're going to kill you and we think that you're staying out of your place. It is a very racist organization. Okay? What is sharecropping? What is sharecropping? Right?
Where the landowners, they give you the land and stuff,
Okay, the landowner gives you land, seed, and equipment to farm. Okay? What do you, okay, you provide the labor, how are you paid? How are you paid, Brittany?
just enough to run.
Okay, good. You're given just enough to survive until the next planting season. Okay? That the farmer gets just enough to survive until the next farming season, and then he has to go through it. It's a vicious cycle. Okay? Whereas under the crop lien system, farmers had to do what? Under the crop lien system, farmers have to do what?
Pledge future crops and securities.
Okay, pledge future crops and security. Okay, that's the lien. So, what type of crop are you going to have to grow?
They can put in the cash.
A cash crop. Okay, around here it'd be beans and corns. Okay, down south there was cotton tobacco. Tenant farming. This one should be easy. What's tenant farming? Gary?
Running land.
Okay, renting land to farm. Okay, I said it should be easy because of what? We do it around here. Okay, we do tenant farming around here quite a bit of it. All right, what we got? Good. Let's see, 14. Oh, God. Okay, now, why does Reconstruction end? Why does Reconstruction end? Hey,
The northerners got fired. They not fired, he got uninterested in helping anyone.
okay, good. They lost interest. Okay, what replaced the interest? Right, John? Okay, they were interested in money. John? And the corruption was about part. Okay, they became interested in all the wealth that was around, all these wealthy people. Okay, I mean, one guy had 6 matching horses to pull his solid gold carriage. Okay, so because they lost interest, who gets pulled out in the South? Corbin? Okay, the troops begin to pull out. Okay, troops begin to pull out. The South responds by doing what? Tyler? Okay, white governments took over, and what'd they do? What'd they do, Corbin? Okay, restricting blacks' right to vote, poll tax, literacy tax, grandfather clause. Okay? What were Jim Crow laws? What were Jim Crow laws? Okay,
After all the public facilities had to be like together versus separate.
no. Jim Crow laws. Corbin? Segregation. In other words, just the opposite of what you said, Peggy, okay? In other words, you could have separate facilities. Okay? But yet, what does Plessy v. Ferguson say? What's Plessy v. Ferguson decision say? Right?
They have to be equal.
Okay, they could be what?
Be separate, but they have to be equal.
Okay, they had to be separate but equal, okay? So you could have separate facilities, but they had to be equal. What did the South forget? What did the South forget? Maddie?
They're equal.
Okay, good. they remembered the separate part, but they forgot the equal part. Okay? All right, to make it easy, we're not done yet. Go back to advantages, disadvantages. Go back to your advantages, disadvantages. Okay. No, 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages for both sides. Okay?
2 advantages for staff, 2 advantages for remote, 2 disadvantages for staff.
2 disadvantages for both. Okay. 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages for both. Okay? Now, one thing to remember too, people, that spend time studying. Okay? This is high school now, the tests are harder. There's true and false multiple choice and essays. Also, this will be your first major grade in here. All right? And remember, eligibility starts. So make sure I would start studying when? Today. I'd start studying today, tonight, and do it all the way through. Don't wait till Friday morning to start studying, okay?